All right, the Columbia 300 Street Rally. So this was on my radar since it came out a few months back. And once this one got discontinued and the price went down to $114, it was a no-brainer, right? So I decided to pick this one up. So along with this, I pretty much picked up every single current release Columbia 300 ball that was left available. This one sold out pretty quick. So I got this at Gebhardt's for $114. It was either between this ball and the Zero Mercy Pearl. And the Zero Mercy Pearl, I do not see going down in price anytime soon. It'll probably be $190 for the next 3 years. So this is the next best thing. So it's definitely an overlooked ball because it's a Columbia 300. Most people don't bat an eye at these. So I'll put all the technical information about the ball right up here for you on the screen. This one is a Pearl. It's got HK22C squared. So that is the new cover stock on most of the Brunswick balls. The only ones that I know of that have the C squared right now are the Zero Mercy Pearl, the Zero Mercy Solid, and this one. There may be one other one that I can't think of, but they're starting to put that on a lot of the cover stocks. And this is the Formula One cover stock. So it's not exactly the same as the Zero Mercies, but it still has that HK22C squared, which stands for chrome. It's a chrome additive package. So what we have is 15 pounds, 2 ounces. We have the 4 to 5 inch dot. HK22C squared Formula One Pearl factory compound. I may be brushing the compound off. We'll see. RG is 2.47, which is earlier, which I like, especially for me being speed dominant. The diff is 0.050, and the intermediate diff is a 0.015. So it is an asymmetrical. About a day or two after I bought this at Gebhardt's, they had completely sold out. So I kept checking every day after that to see if they'd get any new ones in stock. And they did. So as of today, which is the first week of May, they have 14s left. That's the only weight they have in stock, or 14 pounds. They're pretty much sold out of the 15s and every other way. This one sold out really fast. Out of all the Columbia 300 balls that were left, this one sold out the quickest, and also the Pulse sold out the quickest, which I ended up getting that one too. So I ended up getting 4 Columbia 300 balls, pretty much the last ones that were on huge discount, and the last ones that Columbia 300 made. So pretty stoked on that. Columbia 300 is my favorite brand, and so I thought, what better way to do it than buy pretty much every single one of their discontinued balls. So pretty much every single ball that I got was just over $100. So killer deal. There still may be a few left if you know where to look. They are selling out pretty quick. The only one that I know that's not completely sold out is the Cuda Pearl in 15 pounds. I don't know about 14. And also the Piranha. So they must have made a bunch of Piranhas because they still have them in stock at Gebhardt's. The other websites I think have sold out, but you might want to check. I would highly recommend the Piranha along with any other Columbia 300 balls that are still left. And they may go fast. Who knows? I know a lot of people were buying these things up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on the Brunswick website for the layout portion. And I'm going to do just like what I did on my alert video. We're going to go on there. We're going to check out the asymmetrical drilling instructions and see what kind of layout we can give this thing. All right, so we go to Brunswick Bowling drilling instructions. Come down here, and we're going to download the asymmetrical drilling instructions. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, 4 and 5 is versatile control and max control. If we blow this up, it says these layouts are not recommended for speed dominant bowlers. So I'm not even going to bother with those because I am definitely speed dominant. So we have strong, benchmark, and skid flip. I want a skid flip, so let's blow this up and see what this says here. Later revving, sharp response to friction, medium total hook with angular backhand. The dual angle layout should be 65-degree drill angle, 5-inch pin to pap, and 30-degree VAL angle. Just like the alert, we're going to go down to the appendix and see what it has to say for speed dominant bowlers here. All right, bowlers who are speed dominant, decrease the drill angle by 10 degrees. That would make that 55 degrees. Move the pin dot 0.25 closer to pap.
That would make that would put us at 4.75. I'm actually going to go even farther than that. I'm going to go 4-inch pin to pap because I'm extremely speed dominant. And it says decrease the VAL angle by 5 degrees. So that puts it at 25. So essentially we have one of my favorite layouts ever, which is 55 by 4 by 25. And pretty much Brunswick specifies that on their layout sheet, except for the 4-inch pin. That's what I'm doing myself.
All right, so we decided with a 55 by 4 by 25. So we draw a line right down through the mass bias. And we go 55. Four and 5/8. Boom. There you go. So it puts the pin right above the ring finger by about 2 inches. Yep. Almost exactly 2 inches. So there we go. There is our layout. Let's take it over to the mill press. The rally on the press here. And we have our pitches set already for the ring finger. We have version 3.0 jig. And just like that, we are done drilling. Easy peasy. Take it over to the table. All right, we'll just check the measurements once again. 4 1/4 and 4 1/4. Perfect. Check the bridge. Bridge looks a little bit bigger. So we got 0.32. When I bevel that down, it'll get down a little bit narrow. I like my bridges around 0.28 to 0.33. One thing I like to do, I'd like to check my pitches as well too. 3/8. Should have 5/16 on this. Boom, 5/16 on the money. We should have 5/16 on this one. 5/16 and 5/16. A little bit of alcohol. I think the only colors will look good on this are purple and maybe black. Take our Jopo and we will rasp it for about a minute or so. All right, we have one rasped Jopo. And we have some older grips that I barely use. I'm going to throw in here. We got 45 and 21. Boom. Kind of hold it up just so you can see how much glue I use. It's literally 1 drop. Do not use any more than 1 drop. It will make a mess. Because I don't have a DRO, I have to double check this. I have to be extremely accurate. And I double check it with the plug cutter. And it shows 0, 0, but if that's off by just a very small amount, it can gouge into that ball, and that's what we don't want. So I just double check. It takes about 10 extra seconds to do, not a huge deal. Bring that down, just make sure that's centered. We'll go up a little bit more. Boom. All right, now we just lock it down. Nice and easy. So if you watch the video where I cut this down with my alert, it smeared the top of it first before it did that. That meant that it wasn't perfectly zeroed out. It was very, very close. But this smearing all the way around in equal proportions tells me that this was perfectly zeroed out. This black one that I got, I literally just got this today. It's a brand new one. So they may have been made with a little bit different plastic, who knows? But it definitely cut a lot easier than my previous ones. And I don't know, maybe that's just the color black. I haven't done too many blacks, but it cut down perfectly this time. And I don't even have to pull up the inside of it at all. So who knows, maybe Jopo improved their outers a little bit. So we have our Jopo inner. We're gonna do a test fit here. And looking good. Nice and flush. So you can see a little bit of cracking on my Jopo inner. This is a couple years old, so it's probably going to need to be replaced here pretty soon. Just a little bit of cracking right there. And that just happened within the last couple weeks. So good thing I have a couple backups. I always want to have some backups of the same exact size, just in case it breaks on you. So there we have it. Street Rally. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good with the purple there. Awesome. So there we go. One drilled up Columbia 300 Street Rally. All ready to go. Hopefully this will bring me some good scores. So I'm going to roll this post-league and see what I can do with this thing. Using a little bit of drier conditions. Hopefully I can put up some pretty good scores. So we're going to go on down to Paddock Bowl and see what kind of scores we can put up with this thing. All right, just put up 3 games with this. Not too shabby of a ball. So the first game, I needed a little bit of help at the end. I think as I started rolling more games with this thing, it started to get the oil in the cover stock, and it really started to shape a lot better. Game 1 was kind of like just get the oil in the ball and get going. Even though game 1 was 214, game 2 was 210, and game 3 was 225. So not a bad little 3-game series of 649. This shapes very well. I was surprised. It's a little bit more rounder than I was anticipating. I thought it was going to be a little bit more hockey stick. But it still shaped pretty well. It was rolling this post-league lane conditions, so the lanes were a little bit dry. I did not put surface on this, which is pretty rare for me. Normally I would put surface on this, and I almost put surface on it. Game 2, I was going to just brush off the compound on it and maybe do a 2,000 or 3,000. And I decided not to. So I think it'd be a little bit too early, and I don't think it would shape well. But given a little bit more oil, I could definitely see myself putting about a 2,000 surface on this. The conditions that I had today, it didn't need it. It rolled pretty well. And I even rolled a few games after the 3 games, and I had to bump my speed up a little bit. I was still going up 10. I was kind of experimenting. I was going up 10, around 18.5 miles an hour. And it was just destroying the pins. And it also slowed down and moved a few boards left and got it out to the 5 board. And it came back. It didn't want to come back in the beginning of the games, but towards the end, once the lane started drying up, it definitely came back once it hit the friction and provided a pretty good shape for the slow it down. I was going about 15.5 miles an hour when I moved left, and it shaped really well. So looking forward to rolling this. You know, maybe game 2, maybe game 3. It's designed for medium to heavy oil. And like I said, if I'm going to be using this in league, maybe game 2, game 3, I'm definitely going to throw about a 2,000 surface on it just to give it some traction in the oil. But all in all, very satisfied. I mean, $114 for HK22C squared. You can't get that now. The other HK22C squared are up near $200. And this is your best bang for your buck right now, if you can find any of these. Good luck finding them. Like I said in the beginning of the video, there's only 14 pounders left, and by the time this video is aired, I don't think there'll be any left. But if you can find them, good luck to you. I think it's a really good ball, and definitely gonna miss Columbia 300 balls. Like I said, I bought all of them. So I'll be drawing the next ones coming up pretty soon and doing review videos on those as well. But very happy that I got one of Columbia 300's last bowling balls that they made, and a very good one at that too. So if you made it this far, throw me a like, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you guys have this ball or you're on the lookout for these. Like I said, good luck finding them. There may still be a few out there, and you could probably find a couple on eBay or whatnot. Maybe your pro shop has a couple stashed. But as far as online, numbers are dwindling down. So if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. It's free of charge. I do DIY bowling ball drilling in my garage. I also do live streams once or twice a month, where I give away bowling balls and other fun bowling related stuff. So be sure to tune in on those live streams. So until then, thanks for watching and happy bowling.